For Your Money this noon, if you are carrying debt, the goal, of course, is to become debt-free.
Yet even though that is a goal for everyone, most don't have a true plan to be debt-free in the near future.
Yeah, so how do we make it happen? Andy Mattingly from Forum Credit Union is here with some ideas. So what is the first step we take? Is it a big step or a small step?
It's a small step. Just categorize your debt, so know what the balances are on the interest rate, the monthly payment, just so you can get a real picture of what your debt looks like.
So knowledge is power. How do we use that knowledge then to become debt-free?
Well, then you can use that to decide which debt you're going to target. Is it because you want more monthly income? Is it because you want to get rid of the high-cost debt? Whatever you want to do, now you'll know where to target.
And so many people have credit card debt. We know people who live their entire lives on the credit card. So what's the most important thing for those people?
I know this is going to sound simple, but stop running up more credit card debt. So, get a plan, get a budget so you're not spending more on your credit card. That's the first step to getting rid of that debt.
What's the first method and the preferred method in targeting that credit card debt?
Well, there's a couple of methods, actually. Kind of depends upon what's important. One is to pay the highest balance first. The other might be the highest interest rate, or it could be the one that has the biggest payment. It just kind of depends upon what your motivation is. Do you need more cash flow, or do you just want to get the debt paid off as quick as you can?
Okay, so there's the snowball method. What other methods are there to pay this stuff off?
Well, the other thing that you can do is just, if you have extra cash and you can pay all of your debt, just pay it all extra. So, like, you can round up. If your payments are $259, round it up to $300 and pay that. Or say I'm going to pay every debt $100 more. And so if you have that kind of cash, that's the really quickest way to get it paid off.
Okay, let's talk about mortgage now.
Yes.
In our houses. How do you tackle that, especially when you really just focus on, all right, this is my monthly payment. How can you change that up?
Right. Well, there's a couple methods. Besides refinancing to a shorter term, you can do the biweekly payment, which then you pay a little bit more every 2 weeks to it. Or you can pay an extra payment every year. Or if you don't want to come up with that much money, you can pay a 1/12 of an extra payment every payment, and you'll be surprised how many years you can knock off your mortgage.
A lot of people would probably have decent mortgage rates right now if they've bought in the last few years,
Yes.
But if it's credit card debt, it's going to probably be a high interest rate. What do you do then?
Well, I think one of the big things, if you want to pay off debt and you have a lot of high interest rate debt, try to consolidate it all into one. You probably can get a lower rate now than when you first took it out. And then that way, more of your payment is going to the principal and less to interest.
What are some of the methods that seem very common, but people may not know about to cut down on that debt?
Well, whenever someone gets a windfall of money, like a tax return or something else, they usually want to spend that instead of paying off their debt. The problem with that is they spend it and then they spend a little bit more and they add to their debt when they had a chance to get rid of it. So,
is the hardest step that categorizing, like writing it down so you see it on paper?
Yes, because you have to do a little research to find that. It's not, you're going to have to either look at your monthly bill or you may have to look back at some of your loan documents to find all of that.
All right, Andy, where can people find you if they have more questions?
At forumcu.com.
Thank you.
All right.